Hello everybody, my name is Ridwan, and in this video I'm gonna teach about expository text for beginner students. Before we jump into it, we need to know what is expository text. When we read fiction novels, we are talking in narrative text. Narrative text tells a story and generally uses a lot of emotion. The opposite of narrative text is expository text, which exists to provide facts in a way that is educational and purposeful. The text is fact-based and with the purpose of exposing the truth through a reliable source. If a parent tries to teach a child to ride a bike in narrative form, such as only telling the story of when and how they learned to ride or what the weather was like that day, the bike riding lesson would be less successful because narrative text is the function of narrative text is only to amuse the reader. The opposite with expository text to provide facts in a way that is educational and purposeful. Next is the purpose of expository text. The main function of expository text is to expose facts and tell the readers about useful information with a major topic and supporting informations. The next is patterns of organization. For beginners, students like the first year of university, there are 5 patterns of organizations that are usually written in most books and material. These are description, chronological order, problem solution, comparison contrast, and cause effect. And I will describe 5 of them in this video. The first we will talk about description. Description is a form of writing that is used to describe the attributes and features of people, places, or items. Usually in descriptive writing, the main topic is introduced and then the attributes are included in the body of the paragraph. Words that signal this type of text structures are, for example, first, second, to begin with, and most importantly. To to teach to our student, we can use a graphic organizer such as semantic web uh, to map the individual characteristic or traits of the topic being introduced. And this is the example of description text in form of expository text. And next, we can use a graphic organizer like this to mark the important part from this text. We can simplify it like this. The text is talking about a loggerhead sea turtle, and it has the appearance of reddish brown upper shell, blah 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 blah, which is here. The habitat is this, lives in temperate and subtropical waters. This and the shores of US and many other. We can use web like this to describe a description text. Next is chronological order. Chronological is a form of writing that is used if author wishes to inform readers about certain topics by presenting information by listing events or steps in a sequence, or in presenting information in chronological order using time. The transition signal of this chronological order are first, next, before, and after. There are many transition signal that we can use in chronological order, such as after that, finally, firstly, secondly, thirdly, and many other. The graphic organizer for chronological order is flowchart to sequence events or steps of the information being introduced. This is the example of chronological text. Pay attention to the signal here, first, next, and finally. And this is the flow chart of the text before. First, the turtle searches the right place for its eggs. Then, the turtle digs a hole about 8 centimeters wide and 18 centimeters deep. Next, it lays its eggs with the size of ping pong ball. After that, the turtle then covers the nest with sand. And finally, the turtle makes its way to the sea. The next expository text we talk about is problem solution. Problem solution is used to present a problem and the possible solutions to the problem. The transition signal of these text structures are: the question is, the problem is, therefore, and if followed by then. A graphic organizer may be used to represent the problem and its possible solution. Uh, for example, if we have one problem, it's possible that we have many solutions for it. And this is the example of problem solution text. And this is the graphic organizer to represent the problem and the possible solutions for the problem. The problem is the loggerhead sea turtle is threatened, and the possible solution is two of them: educate the public among the turtles' nesting habits, and help pass gill netting regulation for fishermen. It's possible to have many solution and one problem, but it's up to the author who has the authority of writing the text. The next expository structure is comparison and contrast. Comparison contrast text shows how two or more people, places, or things are alike or different. The writers use descriptions of the items being compared to illustrate the differences or the similarities of the items being compared. The transition signals for comparison and contrast are but, both, however, although, yet, similarly, on the other hand, while, and for instance. A Venn diagram can be used to depict the similarities and the differences in facts, events, items, or concepts. And this is the example of comparison and contrast text. And for the graphic organizer is like this. We can use a Venn diagram like this to represent the similarities and the differences between loggerhead sea turtle and green sea turtle. We can see here that the nest site of loggerhead sea turtle and green sea turtle is the same, but the status of loggerhead sea turtle and green sea turtle are different. Uh, the status of loggerhead sea turtle is threatened, while green sea turtle is only endangered. The habitat is also the same, which is why the nest site and the habitat placed in the middle of the Venn diagram, because it's the same. And the diet of loggerhead sea turtle and green sea turtle is also different. Loggerhead sea turtle eats mussels, clams, and horseshoe crabs, which is why it is carnivorous, while green sea turtle is herbivorous, which is why green sea turtle eats grass, algae, and other vegetation, and is classified as herbivorous. We can use graphic organizer like this. And the next expository text is cause and effect. Cause effect is used to show how the facts, events, or concepts result due to the other facts, events, or concepts. The transition signal of this structure are because, since, therefore, if followed by then, as a result of, thus, and hence. A graphic organizer may be used to represent the relationship between the causes and the effects. This is the example of cause effect. Next is a little bit exercise. Can you identify what kind of pattern of organization this text use? In order to identify the organizational patterns, you need to pay attention to the transition signal used in the text. I give you 30 seconds. Okay, that's it. What is your answer? The the correct answer is chronological pattern, because the text use first, then, next, and finally, and also after that as a transition signal. That's why it has chronological pattern. Another one. Can you identify these text organizational patterns? Again, you need to pay attention to the transition signals used in the text. And what is your answer? The correct answer is the text about the instant noodle use causes and effect pattern. Okay, that is all for my video. Hope you guys enjoy watching this video and have a bit knowledge about expository text. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.